You sacrificed your identity by losing yourself and becoming all things that the narcissist desired, and putting your own needs and desires to the side. And again, like I said before, being with the narcissist, you find yourself almost like you're addicted to a drug. Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel, all of you, my beautiful sisters and brothers. Thank you to all of my subscribers. Of course, I want to tell you that before we get off into today's topic. It's been a minute, but I'm here. I'm glad that you are as well. So, today what I would like to do is go over a few things. And today's topic is quite interesting. Join me by grabbing you a drink. I have tea right here today. So whether you're drinking tea, coffee, your water, the drink of your choice, go ahead and get it, and so that we can get on into today's topic. But before we do that, of course, I want to tell all of my subscribers, thank you so much for subscribing. I appreciate you, and you are the reason that I wanted to go ahead and make this video today. Let's go ahead and get on into today's topic. Many of you already are aware of what it's like to have been with a narcissist or to be with a narcissist, and all of the sacrifices that you made for the narcissist. It's just like you were caught up in like a hellish whirlwind. You can even refer to it as being likened to a tornado or a tsunami, because as you know, it was a disaster. And that's unfortunate as it is. It was a disaster waiting to happen, and it did. And so with that, all of the times that you made those sacrifices for the narcissist, of course, it was because you wanted to, out of the kindness of your heart. You really thought and wanted to have a genuine relationship, not realizing that you were just being duped, that you were just being used. And it turned out that you were being mistreated, mishandled, used, and ultimately abused. So what we're going to talk about today is that aftermath and what that looks like. The aftermath of that disaster can be such that it's a grueling and difficult process to overcome, but it is doable, because after it's over, whether it was you being discarded by the narcissist, or if it was you that made the exit out of that building that was on fire, right? You got out of there in whatever way that you did get out. However it ended, it resulted in you having heartbreak, heartache. You were stressed out, wondering and ruminating about the situations over and over again in your mind, about all the times that the narcissist was gaslighting you. And you may even have felt lots of guilt and tons of shame. I know I did. And it was such that you can't even sleep sometimes at night. And your mind was so filled with all of this drama that took place, and how much time you wasted, and all of the lies that the narcissist told you. And on top of that, the fact that you found out that they were seeing somebody else, and all the times that they humiliated you. And I would be remiss if I didn't pause right here. I need to pause at this moment and just say what the truth is, and that is that we as adults, we must take responsibility for our part in that disaster, because we were there. We were present for the narcissist to do all of these mean, heinous and cruel and brutal things to us. We were there to experience all of that brutal and cruel behavior. Yes, we did have a part in that. And see, we must take ownership, right? Even though the narcissist was not right for what he or she did. They weren't right for mistreating you the way that they did. The narcissists weren't right in the way that they mistreated me. However, let us take responsibility for our part in being present. And of course, there are reasons. Not all reasons are the same, but there are reasons that we were present. For some of us, it could have been from some unresolved childhood traumas. And for others of us, it could be because of adulthood traumas that went unresolved. So we do own our part and take responsibility for being present for that narcissist, right? So that said, you may have been laying in the bed in a fetal position, crying and being upset with yourself. And you may have even called yourself some names. Like, I know for me, how could I have been so stupid? How could I have let this happen to me? Like, what was I thinking? You know, a lot of negative self-talk, which is not good, of course, by the way, but it's only natural. It's only natural to feel that way and to process all of these emotions. No, it is not easy by a long shot. It is not a cakewalk. But again, it is doable. It's something that definitely, most certainly can be done. So what we're going to do today is discuss 8 ways that you can get over the narcissist and heal. Okay, number 1 is to go no contact and stay no contact. That is a must because, as we have learned, the narcissist is a master at manipulation. They were able to trick and mislead us in the beginning, at the love bombing phase, at the very beginning, right? And so therefore, if they get another opportunity, the same thing is going to happen on repeat. With the exception of this time, it's going to be worse than it was before. And so no contact and stay no contact. Another reason for that is because we've been through so much already. We don't want to have to go through that all over again, wasting your time, wasting your energy, wasting your emotions on someone who really doesn't give a hoot about us, right? So that is number 1. Now, number 2, and I wanted to say this as well. If you are someone who has to co-parent with a narcissist, of course, that's something different. So if you can help it, go no contact. Number 2, allow yourself to grieve. You must allow yourself time to process all of those emotions. And it's really going to take time. Instead of jumping into another situationship, and 9 times out of 10, it'll end up being another narcissist, because that is one of the things that they are attracted to. Someone who is vulnerable, someone who they see is willing to do any and everything for them, you know, someone who is at a point where they do have low self-esteem. Now, that's not to say all, but I know in my case, if I'm honest, yeah, because I was vulnerable just coming out of a situation, and then someone saw an opportunity to take advantage of that and take advantage of me, and they did. And so you really want to take that time for yourself. Take that time for yourself, because you may go through a state of depression. It could get so bad because your mind is blown after this, right? It's like your mind is actually blown. And so you want to have your scruples about yourself before you become involved with someone else. Because let's just say it is someone that really does care about you, or someone who really does want to have a future with you. What you don't want to do is carry all of that baggage and unresolved trauma into a new relationship, because more than likely it won't last. And during that time, you also want to be patient with yourself and be kind to yourself. You've got to give yourself compassion because you've been through so much. The same compassion, the same kindness and patience that you would give to your own children or even one of your relatives or your friends who had gone through something so troubling that you wanted to be kind to them and be patient and loving toward them. You owe that to yourself. That is what you want to give to you. And you can do it. But if you are distracted by the narcissist, by answering the phone and going back and forth texting with them, and you may even be arguing with them via text and all of this, that's not something that you want to do, because what that does, it takes time away from your healing. And that's not what you need. So allow yourself time to grieve. It certainly won't be easy. You'll also feel that you want to retaliate. You'll want to get back at the narcissist and do evil for evil. But again, that is taking away from you. And in actuality, I never really knew if that was a word. And even that's normal. That would be giving the narcissist power. That would be giving them your energy and your time. So you certainly don't want to waste any more of your time, emotions, or energy with the narcissist, with that drama. Okay? So number 3. Let me take a sip here. You guys, one of the things that I love about my channel and some of the other channels is that we can get into the comments and talk to each other. And I love to see the Beautiful Soul family come together and share information and just kind of share your experiences with each other. Because what we want to do is let each other know, no, you are not alone. You are not the only one that this has happened to. There is a community, a family of us who really have experienced that hell. And so that's one of the things that I love, Okay, so let's move on to number 4. Now, this is one of my favorites. This is one of my absolute favorites. Now, let me say this. I love all of them, but this one is something about this one. Number 4, speak life over yourself. Gotta speak life over yourself. There is negative self-talk that oftentimes go on. Not only negative talk about the narcissist or negative thoughts about the narcissist and what they did. And when you think about the experience and the gaslighting and the manipulation and the humiliation and the belittling and the demeaning and laughing at you, and you're trying your best to figure out what else can you do to satisfy the narcissist or to get back to the way things were in the beginning. But that never will. That will not happen. And so you're thinking about all of the times that you sacrificed. And again, you may even have had negative self-talk. But here's the thing. Speak life over yourself. Make sure that you remind yourself, I am beautiful. Yes, I am an overcomer. Yes, I went through this. I did. Yes, I'm going through this, but I will overcome. I must overcome. I shall overcome. And you even tell yourself, speak life. Hey, I am more than a conqueror. I am victorious. I can get over the narcissist. The best is yet to come. Yes, that happened. It did. I can't change what did happen, but I can change moving forward. I will create stronger boundaries. Yes, I had low self-esteem, but I have more love and respect for myself than I did before. I care more about myself than I did. And you speak these things over yourself. That is life. Speaking life over yourself and to yourself. There is power in that. Speak the word of God over your life. I am an overcomer. I am victorious. I am more than a conqueror. I am fearfully and wonderfully made. The narcissist couldn't see that. The narcissist perceived me as an object. So yes, speak life over yourself. Number 5. This one as well is another one of my favorites. Follow your intuition. Trust your instinct. You know, there have been times where I ignored the voice within. In my spirit, I was being led in the right direction, but I went the opposite way. There were times that I ignored the voice within me, and that was the wrong move, because what happened, no. And I went ahead with it and ignored the voice within me. God says, my sheep know my voice. And so when he's trying to guide us and you're wondering, something was telling me not to, or something was telling me to not overlook that, or something was telling me or pointing me and showing me that something was God, that something was your spirit leading you and telling you and showing you those red flags. And those red flags are there for a reason. Those red flags are not to be ignored. That is why they're so red. Then one might be wondering, well, it's too late now. Well, true enough, we cannot change the past. We do not have that power to change the past. But what we do have power over is how we move forward. So moving forward, we follow our intuition. We listen to our intuition, and we trust our instinct. And my mother, one of the things that she's always told me, even years ago, she said, if you're not sure about something, you're not sure, go with no and give yourself time to think about it. But I'm here today to tell you, do not ignore red flags and follow your intuition and trust your instinct. That was number 5. Now, number 6 is therapy. Now, I recommend therapy. Therapy is certainly good. Going to a therapist or speaking with a therapist, what it does is allows you the opportunity to sit and talk with someone who does not really know you personally, and they won't be biased, you know? and they can assist you in peeling back the layers of you and digging deep without being brutal towards you or judgmental towards you. And as you sit and talk and as you have these conversations with your therapist, they will be able to see some things that you aren't able to see because your vision has been clouded, right? They'll have the capability of hearing some things that you can't necessarily hear, and they'll be able to give you some tools that will help you moving forward. They can really dig deep and bring up some things in you that you really didn't realize was the main issue. And most of the time it is some deep-seated issue that went unresolved. Okay? So I do recommend therapy. Number 7. Here's another one. Rediscover yourself. Rediscover yourself. Now, not just rediscover yourself. No, say it with me. Rediscover yourself. Rediscover yourself. See, because when you were with the narcissist, you sacrificed your identity and became everything that the narcissist desired. You became everything that the narcissist needed for you to be for them. But now it is time to get back to you and your priorities. And the main one being you. Of course, God first. And He's going to be the one to help you to put yourself back together again. He's going to be the one to mend your broken heart. Ultimately, through all the therapeutic things that you do in order to get back to yourself and get back to life. You sacrificed your identity by losing yourself and becoming all things that the narcissist desired. And putting your own needs and desires to the side. And again, like I said before, being with a narcissist, you find yourself almost like you're addicted to a drug. And it really does get deep. It does. But see, now that you're out of it, and when you are out of it, you have a fresh, clean slate. And you can get back to you. This is your second chance. This may even be your third chance. But here's the thing. You're here, right? I'm here. And you can rediscover yourself. There's nothing wrong with starting over. In fact, it is beautiful to have that opportunity. It is a beautiful blessing is what it is. So yes, rediscover you. Get back to life. Love yourself back to life. Rediscover you and who you are without the narcissist. You'll discover some things about yourself that will amaze you. That will amaze even you. Okay? So yes, there's that. All right, now last but certainly not least is create some new routines. Some new routines. Or either restructure the routine that you already have. So your prayer life, if you pray, strengthen your prayer life. Meditate more and speaking life over yourself daily. You may even want to post around your home some positive images and be mindful of what you feed your mind. Be mindful of the things that you read, what you listen to, the food that you eat. Be more mindful of how it is that you are living your life. Be more mindful of the way that you are treating yourself. You may want to begin to work out a bit more. You know, if you haven't exercised in a long time, you might want to go ahead and include that into a new routine for you. It can be a light exercise. It's totally up to you. And see, that's the beauty of it. You have no one controlling you now. There is no one present to play mind games with you and to manipulate you, because you're done with that, or you will be done with that. And you can focus on you and love yourself like you've never loved yourself before. And I want to say this. I'm not sure. I believe I mentioned it earlier, but just in case I didn't, I myself did have low self-esteem at certain points in my life. And that's when I found myself in these situations. It was during those hellish whirlwinds that I had low self-esteem. And it's just like you're almost begging and pleading for someone to treat you the way that you can treat yourself. You see? And see, all of the energy and all of the love and all of the affection that we put into that relationship that was fake from the start, when we invest that into ourselves, imagine, right? Imagine the results. How much more loving you are to yourself and to the ones that you do love. Your children, your family, your friends, and even those that you don't really know, those who genuinely would appreciate your assistance from them in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Or someone that would appreciate you having them in their life without trying to take from you. It needs to be value, someone who is valuable, someone who is just as valuable as you are. Because again, right, we need to match. Being with the narcissist, you don't match. You want to know why? Because you have a beautiful soul. And when you have a beautiful soul, you don't treat people that way. You don't mishandle and abuse people that way. Okay? So those are the 8 ways, which there are tons more, but I just wanted to share those ways to get over the narcissist and heal. Thank you so much for watching this video. In the meantime, and until the next video, stay watchful, stay prayerful, and of course, stay beautiful. Be thankful. In everything, give thanks. That includes the good, the bad, and the ugly. Be thankful to God for everything, for that is His will for us. Yes, be grateful. Be grateful. Okay? And I am certainly thankful and grateful for you guys, and I love you all too. Okay? So thank you so much. And if you haven't yet subscribed, feel free to subscribe and join the Beautiful Soul family. Okay? All right then. You're certainly welcome. Okay. All right. Until next time. Thanks, you guys.